Good evening, and welcome to Hens Sports Night, Season 4, Episode 2. I'm Dylan Devine, alongside Katie Waiwoda, and we're here with some quick sports updates. This past Monday, Jason Kelce officially announced his retirement from the NFL. Jason Kelce, who played his entire 13-year career in Philadelphia, retires as a Super Bowl champion, 7-time Pro Bowler, and 6-time first-team All-Pro.
In more recent news within the NFL, the Denver Broncos have officially released quarterback Russell Wilson. Wilson, who was traded back in 2022 from the Seattle Seahawks, is now set to begin negotiations with other teams around the league.
On March 2nd, when the Lakers and Nuggets faced off, LeBron James yet again made NBA history. LeBron James scored his 40,000th career point, becoming the first player ever in NBA history to achieve this milestone, and stands over 1,600 points in first place in front of the legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
New York Knicks star Jalen Brunson suffered a knee injury on a shot attempt in the first quarter of the Knicks game against Cleveland on March 3rd. Brunson was left in visible pain on the court as he left the game early in a Knicks 107-98 win against the Cavs. There is no timetable for his official return with the team.
Along with the record-setting 4 million viewers that tuned in to watch Iowa and Ohio State women's basketball game, more history was made when Caitlin Clark passed Pete Maravich to set the all-time NCAA scoring record at 3,668 points. She passed the all-time score set back in 1970 with a free throw towards the end of the first half.
This upcoming week will mark the official end of the 2024 NCAA regular season, as various teams and rivalries, like the men's 7th-ranked UNC Tar Heels, take on the 9th-ranked Duke Blue Devils. After this weekend, tournaments like the men's and women's Big East tournament and Big Ten tournament will begin around March 13th and March 6th and the 8th.
This weekend, all regional teams will be in action as the New York Rangers face off against the St. Louis Blues on Saturday, the Carolina Hurricanes against the New Jersey Devils, the Philadelphia Flyers against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the New York Islanders against the Anaheim Ducks on Sunday.
On Tuesday, Delaware baseball was defeated by Maryland 3-2 to move to an overall 6-5 record on the season so far. They will be back in action this week for a home series against Quinnipiac. The first game is on Friday, March 8th at 4 p.m.
On Sunday, Delaware softball defeated Fairfield in a run-rule fashion with a final score of 8-0. They currently hold a 10-6 record on the season, and the team is back in action on Friday, March 8th, to kick off their home series against Charleston.
Delaware men's lacrosse lost to Michigan on March 2nd, 13-8. Their current overall record stands at an even 2-2. They retake the field on March 9th to play Monmouth.
Delaware women's lacrosse defeated Lafayette by a score of 13-3. Their next game is on Saturday, March 9th, where they'll take on Wagner College at home.
Delaware's men's and women's basketball teams are heading into the CAA tournament next week. Men's basketball finished their regular season with a record of 18 wins and 13 losses. In their first round of the CAA tournament, they look to defeat either Elon or Hampton to continue their season.
The women's basketball team still has 2 games left until they wrap up their regular season, currently holding a record of 10-18. They look to defeat UNCW on the road tomorrow, March 7th.
Today marks 46 days until UDance, the 12-hour dance marathon to raise funds and awareness for pediatric cancer. In honor of this milestone, UDance is running a campaign called 46K in a Day to pay tribute to the 46 children diagnosed with cancer every day. For more information on how to donate, please visit @UDance on Instagram or udancedelaware.org. And now, let's head over to Andrea and Emily, who had an opportunity to interview a basketball player from a women's basketball team.
Game plan. What's up, Blue Hens? I'm here with Tara Cousins. So for the game today, how did your game plan and strategies change as the game went on and progressed?
So we knew we were trying to keep their best shooter, number 11, to minimal threes. We couldn't get that in the second half. She went down, so we kind of changed how we were guarding the post then, because we knew that 32 was going to get a lot of the attention, so we threw some doubles at her, trying to make her pass out of the post.
Yep. And for Sunday, Elon coming out, what's your mindset personally going into that game?
Personally, it's just a must-win. I think that's everybody on the team as well, though. It's senior night, last game at home, so trying to show up for the home crowd one last time this season, but also trying to get that win so we can get a better seeding for the CAA tournament.
Definitely. And then as a team, how do you guys plan to regroup and then come back together, prepare for Sunday? I know there's not a lot of time left. But...
Coach said it to us at the end of the game that she was proud of our fight, so we're just going to keep that fight going and hope the next game and trust the next game it'll end up in a win.
Yeah. As the season's coming to an end, looking back on the season so far, what have been some of the best highlights and then also some of the struggles that you guys have had?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been an up and down season for us. I think some of the big wins that we've had at home, we haven't had as many as we wanted to, but some of the big wins, especially against Towson, when our rookies, Shaq and Grace and Dariana have stepped up, and others, it's just fun when everybody has a good game. And we have a team, I think, that anybody can have a great night any given night. So all those games are highlights. Yeah.
For sure. Well, thank you so much. Good luck to you guys on Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Hot Takes. I'm Ryan Laza with Tyler Jacobson and Sam Cucuzella. So there's not that many sports going on right now, but they're starting to heat up. Well, MLB and NBA get into the thick of things right now. We'll start off with the NBA. I mean, a bunch of players up for MVP. Usual same guys, but there's some new guys in the mix. I mean, Sam, who's your MVP pick right now?
I mean, right now I got to go with SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's going off this year. In my opinion, there are like 4 clear-cut guys at this race. You have Doncic, you have Jokic, you have Giannis, and you have SGA. I don't really believe like the Tatum hype that much. But I do believe that those 4 are the big ones, and SGA, what he's doing with this young Thunder team that are going back and forth for number 1 with Minnesota, I think it's really impressive what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, OKC's not in the position they are without his play right now. But I want to talk about another West team. Actually, 2 more teams in the West. I like Luka's play right now. I think he has a chance at it in the second half of the season. He's leading that team. He's putting up crazy numbers. The defense is the one thing that might lose him the award. On the other hand, I think the league is probably going to give it to Jokic. They love the Jokic and Embiid, battle back and forth for MVP. Fortunately, our guy Joel Embiid is out right now with the knee. Prayers up to him. But I think the league's going to give it to Jokic just because they'll give him his third. It'll be a good story, and he's having the season to do it.
I mean, if you want to talk about thirds, I got to go with Giannis. I mean, about Luka, like, as good as he is, they're only 8 in the West. And even with Jokic, they're only 4. And like you were saying, yeah, SGA first and second in the West. But Giannis's Bucks are second in the East.
How far is that going to fall with Doc Rivers, though? Because they're going to plummet. Doc is terrible.
But with Giannis,
Yeah,
I mean,
scary.
Giannis is
Awful hire.
Giannis is such a good player. He will keep them up. The other teams are so far behind, and the East is stronger than the West too. I mean, the Bucks only have 1 less win than the Thunder. And talking about stats, counting stats, Giannis has better stats than SGA. I mean, he's a better shooter. He's better at shooting from the field right now. Way more rebounds. Only slightly under for points per game, and basically have the same amount of assists. So if we want to go counting stats, I mean, it's Giannis all the way.
Yeah, but just in general, I just don't think it's going to lead the team that far. And also just SGA, once again, I think you put him off this team and it doesn't really do that much.
It will come down to towards the second half of the season because, SGA it doesn't have as much playoff experience as much as Giannis, obviously, but we'll see how that goes. What do you think about baseball, spring training right now? We're getting into the thick of things. League season's coming up soon. Who are going to be some heavy hitters this season?
I mean, I don't know how heavy this is, and I know there's a little bit of a hot take, you may say, but for the first time ever, I have faith in the Detroit Tigers. They're never good. They haven't been good in forever. But
You're right.
They have good young players. I mean, Alex Lang and Therese Gubal at the pitching. Like, these are both guys who are just getting better and better. And they got Spencer Torkelson, Kerry Carpenter, and Parker Meadows all getting better. I mean, they're not going to be crazy. Maybe but I'd say they're above 500. I'm far from playoffs, but the best season for the Tigers in a while.
Hey, we've seen in the last couple of years, if you can just get a taste of the playoffs, you can maybe make a run. Mm-hmm. So any team has a chance, really. But listen, if you're bad that long, you're going to get guys from the minor league. You're going to get draft picks. Eventually, you got to get out of your slump.
You would think.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, Detroit has not had the most success with long slumps in sports. So we'll see how that turns around. I mean, some other teams. What do you guys think? Well, how about your Orioles, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that happen with teams that have bad seasons, accrue draft picks, and then they win. I mean, we see it happen. Great team. Obviously, I think they're one of the main contenders this season. I have the O's, Yankees, Dodgers, Braves, Rangers. Those are the only teams I really see with a chance at the title. The Central sucks.
As good as those teams are, I really only see 3 teams with it. It's the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Braves. You see the amount of star power on those teams. I mean, I just don't think another team could contend. Yeah, the
Can
Orioles are
can
good.
the Stars show up in November for the Yanks?
How about the Dodgers too? They choke every year in the fall.
But
And
now they have Shohei Ohtani.
But that's the thing.
Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman,
The Angels
and
had Shohei
Mookie
Ohtani too, and they
Betts.
didn't do anything. They have star power there too. I think
To be fair,
it's
same
going to
place.
take.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take some time. They don't have the chemistry yet. I know you don't need as much chemistry in baseball, but they're all new to that city. It's a brand new roster.
It doesn't
pretty
matter
much.
how new you are. These are multi-time MVPs. There's probably over
And
five MVPs
we don't know
combined
if
for
Shohei's
that.
going to be the same after the injury either.
He doesn't need a pitch. He's still one of the best hitters in the league.
He did have
see,
Tommy
we'll see.
John as well at one point before this.
Don't need Tommy John to hit. You see with Bryce Harper.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, definitely.
Just
That
pitching.
might not affect his hitting.
I mean, a team, I don't know if this team's going to win it all, but a team that I have making the playoffs, who hasn't been there in a little bit, the San Francisco Giants, they have impressed me. They have, great additions with Robbie Ray, just signing Matt Chapman, also got Jung-Hoo Lee. Those are big signings from them. And then they also have young players who are getting better. Logan Webb is already one of the best pitchers in the league, and he's getting better. Lamonte Wade's, he's still new, but he's getting up there. And then Camilo Duval is one of the best relievers in the league, and he's only getting better. So, this team's kind of scary. I don't think they'll win it all, but I could see playoffs in the future for them.
And we're seeing pitching. That's the key to these teams. If you don't have a good pitching core, good bullpen, you're not gonna win enough games. We see it with the Phillies. We saw it with the Phillies. They lost the World Series last year. It happens way too much.
Yeah, the Phillies, they're good, but they might be. That's it for us. On to club hockey interviews with Tyler.
Hey everyone, we're here today at the Gold Arena. I'm going to interview some of the D1 ice hockey players here. They have nationals tomorrow in St. Louis. We wish them all the best. All right, who am I here with today?
My name is Jacob Snellenberg. I'm a goalie on the ice hockey team here.
Okay, so what do you think you've done most of the year that's really helped you succeed and get into playoffs?
I think just preparation every day, starting in practice and then leading into the games. I think just every day preparing like you're going to battle.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite moment from the season?
Probably beating Liberty. That was a huge moment for our season, and also carrying us through our mid part of the season when we went on a pretty big run.
What's the overall emotion in the locker room?
I think pretty excited. I think also serious. We know we have a job to do. This isn't a vacation. This is a business trip going there. So we're going to have some fun winning some games. But other than that, it's all business there.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, who am I here with today?
Ryan Rodriguez from the D1 team.
What position do you play?
I'm the forward.
So I heard you're going to Nationals. What do you think you did well during the season that really got you into Nationals in the first place?
It was just a good leadership. We all bought in. All the younger guys coming in, they really understood what it meant to play here, and just winning those games that we wouldn't have won the past couple of years, Liberty, Stony Brook, those were huge wins, and I think that's what got us to go into Nationals. So
what's been your favorite moment overall in the season?
probably that win against Liberty at home, and then taking them to the shootout in the second game.
So when is your playoff game? How can we watch it? What kind of time? Details.
Nationals, I believe our first game is Thursday. I'm not sure the time, but I know it's a night game. So, but Thursday, March 7th. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
No problem.
Prime Nation, welcome into Primetime. I am one of your hosts, SJM, followed to you by my co-host, James Buchanan Gallagher. And today, with free agency started Monday, we're just going to talk ball. So first, where do you got the man, the myth, the legend going, Kirk O'Chains?
Okay, now before we talk about Kirk, we need a moment of silence for the Hat Greenie. Okay, moment ended. But for Kirko, look, I think he's going to Atlanta. I mean, I hear you even got an inside scoop for us.
This is my inside scoop. So him and Kyle Pitts have been in talks for the number 8. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, Kirk Cousins in Minnesota wears number 8. If he goes to Atlanta, he's going to wear number 8. But this is more important. So his wife's parents live 20 minutes away from the stadium. His wife wants to move to Atlanta to be near her parents. Happy wife, money, that's a happy man.
I mean, yeah, they say happy wife, happy life.
That is so true. So let's talk about the other big-name quarterback in free agency. What's Ride? Where's he going?
Look, I think for Wilson, at this point in his career, the best place for him to go is Pittsburgh.
They've said multiple times they don't want a quarterback. Pittsburgh does not smoke screen everything. Mike Tomlin, multiple times, we're going with Kenny Pickett, we're going with Mason Rudolph. Offer Smith, they're going with those two guys. Russell Wilson, to me, he's going to Vegas.
Bro, look, Vegas, they still got a guy, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G's going to get cut.
But
it's really just Aiden O'Connell.
Dude, back to the boy Wilson. Look, he put up numbers last year, did he not?
He did. He had, I think, 26 touchdowns to 8 picks, but the problem with him is he's a small quarterback and he lost mobility. So when he was that dominant, because when you're that small, you need to be mobile to be able to move around and find windows to get it into. He can't do that anymore.
To quote the man that replaced him, Geno Smith, they wrote him off. He didn't write back. Dude, before Wilson was even in Denver, people were already writing this man off. He never had a chance to succeed. Come on.
I don't agree with that take. He was not written up before he was in Denver. But now let's go to the defensive side of the ball. The biggest free agent in defense, one of the best defenders in the league, Chris Jones. Where's he going?
He's staying home in Kansas City. I mean, it just makes too much sense. He's going for the three-peat. I mean, everyone in that core is staying.
I'm going to get a little hot here. So Chris Jones, he's been showing throughout his career that he'll follow the money. I'm saying Chicago, they're going to throw him every penny they have, and he's going to sign on a 4-year deal with the Chicago Bears.
You've lost your mind
I
here.
didn't.
You've lost your mind.
He followed the money throughout his career. I just don't think Kansas City's going to be able to offer him the most money.
Bro, do you want a better career, or do you just want,
I want money. He wants money.
Okay, I mean,
He's a businessman. It's a business.
It is a business, but bro, a three-peat. It's never been done in history.
Money's money.
Okay, let's then move on to the other chief, L'Jarius Sneed.
Personally, I think he's getting traded to the Lions. I feel like he's ready to bite off some kneecaps.
Dude, look. This is another guy. You want to just go lose? Go ahead.
They
I'll
can't
ship you.
re-sign both Sneed and they can't sign Sneed and Chris Jones. They don't have the money. It's impossible.
So in your world, we're getting rid of them both.
No, I mean, in this scenario, yes.
It doesn't make sense. You have a chance to do something that's never been done in NFL history. I'm staying with that team, and maybe I just go with a short contract, 2 years, and then
They wouldn't take it. He would not take a 2-year contract.
Why not?
It's because it's 2 years. He wants a 4-year deal, probably worth over $120 million.
Okay, well, let's move on to my favorite free agent, Christian Wilkins.
All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to think he's going to get overpaid and sign with the Arizona Cardinals on a 4-year deal worth about $125 million.
4 years, $125 million?
Yeah.
Oh,
120. You're going to give him about 26, 27 mil a year.
Look, Monty's going to cook here.
He's not cooking.
He's going to cook.
He's not cooking.
He's not going to give up that much money. That's way too much for a D lineman.
I think he's going to get about 26 to 27 million on the open market.
Look, the vibes that man brings, immaculate. He looks for his mom every game. I love it.
He also had that great NFL draft thing when he chest bumped Adam Schefter. No, oh my God, Roger Goodell. Adam Schefter, I'm sorry for that, but obviously you would have died too to the chest bump. I agree too. So let's talk about edge rushers. Where's Danielle Hunter going, the #1 edge in free agency?
God, man, you're hitting me with a tough one here. I mean, I got to think of a team that needs pass rush. What do we think about the Los Angeles Rams here?
I think he's going back to Minnesota.
Really?
They've been in contract talks. They want him back. He wants to be back. Mutual relationship. I believe he's going back.
Yeah, but with Kirk Cousins gone, Who
said Kirk's gone? I mean, in this scenario, we're saying he's gone, but they still have the money to bring both back.
I mean, but you got to pay Jettas, and you know that's a big one.
It is.
But he's going to want quarterback money.
He's going to want it's reported he wants about 30 to 35 mil a year.
That's a whole lot of money for a wide receiver.
How about Brian Burns? So 2 years ago, they had a chance to trade him to the Rams for 2 first-round picks, and they said, hell nah. But now he's tagged. Nobody's going to give up a first. They're probably at best going to get a second. Who trades for him?
Who trades for him? I mean, honestly, look, I'm going with the Rams again. Because you had a problem. You couldn't stop the run. And if your problem is I can't stop the run, I can't rush the passer, you're not going to get far. But, you got what? Would you say 2 years left with Stafford?
Maybe 3.
3?
I mean, he was playing arguably one of the best football of his career at the end of last year.
Okay, I'll give that to you. But I feel like, look, they're in more of a win-now mode, especially with a guy like Donald on his last legs.
I also do think in the draft, too, that they might draft an edge rusher, but it is very possible they trade for Brian Burns. Let's talk about an underrated edge rusher, Jonathan Greenlaw, one of my favorite defensive ends in the league from Houston. Where do you think he's going to go?
It's Grenard, buddy.
Grenard, my bad.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying he's staying home. They're also going to bring in a guy, Saquon Barkley. Houston, they got their guy with Stroud. I mean, we talked about it last year. Stroud, he's that dude, okay?
He is. But also, they're going to sign Saquon. I'm the only one out here. I think signing Saquon is just a horrible move. Personally, if I was signing any running back, it would be Derrick Henry on a cheap 1-year deal. I don't believe in paying running backs, especially on a team that just made it to the divisional round. You don't win by paying running backs, but that's just my take.
Okay, well, now we got to wash down our prime with some prime. Off to HSN Bowling. Good evening, and welcome to HSN Tries Bowling. Tonight, you will watch 10 HSN members attempt to bowl. Enjoy. Oh look, here they are now. Let's see how this night's gonna end for this faithful 10. Stage 1, the gutters. There's no better way to do it than with a montage. Okay, let's start off this montage. Oh, right into the gutter. Yeah. Good gutter balls for everybody. Yep, just, oh man. God, I hope this really gets better for these guys. I mean, this is just really sad, man. Ooh. Moving on to stage 2, we got the GOAT and Mendy. Now let me introduce you guys to this guy, Saint Jean-Pierre. Look at this, the spin on this ball. And oh, what's that? It looks like he's got 9. But no, with the turnaround, he gets number 10 to fall. That's what Saint Jean-Pierre can do. Here's us getting some coaching lessons from just the GOAT, Saint Jean-Pierre. And here, Mendelssohn, you realize he's never bowled with the correct fingers. Now, most of us look confused, because we are. But you know, that's why this man's the GOAT and we aren't.
You got 8 and you were mad? I'm gonna win. I'm like, actually,
2 minutes later. Hold that L, buddy. Now, folks, we're moving into stage 3, the film breakdown. Okay, now here we're going to break down some Matt Pollard film. Look, starts it off great, but oh no, he's got that split. How's he going to pick it up? Oh, he's got an idea. Why don't I bowl 2 balls? Oh, except they missed them both. Doggone it. Folks, I got to ask you, do you believe in miracles? Because I do. There's our first strike of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our 2-lane cam. First up, here's Dylan. Ball's looking good. Boom, he picks up spare. And here comes John right after. Bang! He's got a second spare, but here comes Jacobson, and oh my gosh! He's rolling the ball in his shirt, folks. We don't know what he's thinking. Okay, and here's our final breakdown of the night. Dylan needs a strike to be tied with Sam. They both had 16 going in the round. Here we go. Oh, it's looking promising. It's looking good. He's got, oh, they're going down. They're going down. Oh, he did it! He got the strike! Let's go! He did it! Here we have stage 4, the celebrations. In honor of Miley Cyrus, we got Party in the USA. Put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Moving on, here's Bang Bang. Now personally, instant classic. Just a bang bang. And here we got the Woot Woot. It's a new one, but I promise you, people are doing it. You're just going to jump in a circle and go ba ba ba. And to finish off the night, we have, are you not entertained? Folks, now presenting the stats of the night, it's me, James. First, we got Tyler Smith, best score, 111. Then Andrea, she missed 8 strikes, so she gets the my bad, the camera wasn't on award. Me, I'm the king of the gutters, sadly, with 30. Mendelssohn, another rough night on the road, driving over 2 curbs. And our celebrator of the night, Tyler Jacobson, coming in with 5 different celebrations.
We're here with our winner tonight, folks, Tyler Smith. He bowled a 111. How do you feel, Tyler? It was pretty good to break 100. The first game was awful. We don't talk about that one. I wish I could have finished the second game. I was going to have a spare, and I was going to get a strike from there. It was a whole plan.
Whole plan? Wow. Look at these lunatics out here, folks.
Okay. Well, that's all from us here at Pleasant Hill Lanes. Address blank. We love you. Bye. Back to the studio.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Furman. I'm here with Rocco Boetti and Matt Pollard. Welcome to College Basketball Talk. As the famous host of NFL Red Zone, Scott Hansen, always says, we are in the witching hour, where wins become losses and losses become wins. Wins could become the ticket to the big dance, and losses could send you to the dreaded NIT. First, let's talk conference tournaments. First, let's talk about the SEC. Matt, what do you have to say about the SEC? Who's going to win the tournament?
I got Tennessee. I mean, right now they're number 4 ranked. They got Dalton Connect with 20 a game. They've been on fire lately. I think they're going to keep it up and take the conference home.
Yeah, I agree. Tennessee's just been great all year. They're the 4 seed. They only lost 1 home game all year. And Rocco, who do you think's going to win the SEC tournament?
I'm going to go with the team that actually beat Tennessee, and that's South Carolina. I got South Carolina coming on top on this tournament. They've been hot all season like Tennessee, but I have a feeling that they are going to use this tournament as their pride win here to show that they're really ready to compete in this next level tournament.
I think Tennessee's going to want to get revenge after that loss. But let's go on to the Big East. Big East is my conference. Big Villanova fan. Unfortunate loss today to Seton Hall. But Matt, who do you think is going to win the Big East tournament?
I got UConn doing that. Number 2, balanced mix, bunch of guys that come in, do their thing day in, day out. They're going to get the job done, in my opinion.
Rocco, who do you think is going to win the Big East?
Honestly, man, I got to go Marquette. Unfortunately, they might be without their star player. They might be without him, but they might take this opportunity to really prove that everyone else on the team can step up and win this tournament for them.
It's fair enough. I would love to say that Villanova would win, but I just can't do that. They have not proven to me at all. I think Creighton's going to win. Ryan Kalkbrenner and Trey Alexander have just been too good all season. But now let's move on to the Big 12, the best conference in college basketball, at least this season anyway. Matt, who do you think is going to win the Big 12?
I mean, it might be a little boring, but I'm going to say Houston. They've been on fire all year. They haven't lost at home, have they?
No, they've not.
Yeah, so that's another reason. I think they're going to keep it up and take it home.
Rocco, who do you think is going to win the
Well,
Big 12?
another team that hasn't lost at home is Iowa State. And Iowa State, although they're some of the most fraudulent teams we've ever seen in March Madness when it comes to the big tournament
at all.
But this isn't the big tournament right now. All right, this is just the Big 12. So this, again, I think this is their chance to show that maybe they're not as fraudulent as people really think they are.
I'm going with the team who's proven themselves many times in the March Madness tournament. I'm going with Kansas. You got Hunter Dickinson, and as long as Kevin McCullar's healthy, Kansas is going to take this all the way. But now let's go to the true contenders of the actual big dance, the big tournament. Matt, who do you think who's going to contend? Who's going to win the national championship?
I mean, I got my Tar Heels right here. I think they're going to get the job done. We got R.J. Davis, 21 points a game. We're going to win our second championship in, I think, 7 years it is now. Something like that, yeah.
Rocco, who do you think is going to win the national
Hard to go against UNC with the hot streak they're on right now, especially with R.J. Davis. But the one team that will bring him down, who will repeat, is the University of Connecticut.
There has not been a repeat.
Dan Hurley's going to hoist that trophy. He's going to hoist that trophy again. Just watch.
No,
watch.
There hasn't been a repeat since 2006, 2007 Florida Gators. It's not going to happen.
And God told me there would be another one. That's UConn.
Oh, okay.
And that's UConn.
That's a bold take. That is a very bold take. I think that the Houston Cougars are going to win. They have been fraudulent for the past couple of years.
So fraudulent.
But I believe this year they take it home. They've been number 1 for at least a couple weeks now. They've proven their defense is very good. They're a great three-point shooting team. But now let's get into the underdogs. Matt, who do you think is the biggest underdog so far?
My pick is Michigan State. I mean, not a lot of people are going to pick them, but I think they could have a chance to maybe win a few games, Sweet 16, show out. What about you?
Yeah, well, I believe that Gonzaga has a lot to prove. They've proven themselves to be very good in the past. This year is a very big down year. But again, back to Michigan State, they did beat Marquette, a 2 seed, last year, and they were, a 7 seed?
Yeah.
So, Rocco, who do you think
That
is
is
going
very
to be an
true.
upset?
Well, you said Creighton earlier, and I know that they're projecting around a 6 seed right now.
They're going to be like a 2 seed or a 3 seed.
They are?
Yeah.
Creighton?
Yes.
Never mind. 2 seed or a 3 seed. They should really blow it out the water at that seeding if they get it. Really underrated, but definitely below who's going to be ranked a lot lower, Providence, who has beaten Marquette, who has beaten Creighton. They definitely have the chance.
Providence is not it.
They're just as fraudulent as Houston is, so Houston can say bye-bye if Providence is saying bye-bye as well.
When was the last time Providence has been ranked in the top 25?
But
Houston's been in the top 25 for years.
It's an underdog. They're ready
Fair
to
enough,
prove. They've beat Marquette.
You compare them to Houston, but they're just not.
They've beaten teams who are in these top 25 polls. So they have the shot.
The Big East beats up on each other. That's all I got to say.
That is true.
But the true underdog is Princeton. They beat Arizona last year. I feel like they're going to be like, a 13 seed this year projected? They're a 15 seed last year. But now, who's going to be the biggest disappointment? Purdue.
Yep.
Clearly Purdue.
Always
they lost
Purdue.
after you, and I feel like Arizona's going to disappoint again. San Diego
course.
State's not going to have as good of a season as last time.
Nope,
But
nope.
that is a wrap for Season 4, Episode 2. See you on March 20th.